What's up, everybody? Welcome back to DemButlers. I am Cass.
I'm Doug.
And you are the Butler Brigade. Welcome, everyone. New members, old members, new subscribers, old subscribers, watchers, viewers, foes, and woes, and the mighty, mighty keyboard warriors. If you're new, welcome. We appreciate you. If you're a returning listener, subscriber, we love you and appreciate you being here.
Up, fam?
Guess what we are?
Panamanians?
We are E-Cédula holders.
Yeah, I ain't gonna move like that.
So, E-Cédula, what's an E-Cédula? Almost the equivalent of a green card meets a social security card. The equivalent, okay? So, as Cedric and I like to say, it affords you all rights and privileges of being a pensionada visa holder in Panama. So, therefore, you are eligible for the jubilado discounts.
Not jubilado.
Descuente. You're eligible for it.
Descuente?
Descuente, discount. Descuente. Jubilado descuente.
Man, I'm gonna need you to knock a little bit off that, all right?
So now that we have done the process, Cedric and I like to always share once we have completed the journey.
And the journey wasn't long.
How the journey goes. So this whole process started between coming to Panama for the very first time to get the very first temporary visa, February 13th. If you have not been following us, where have you been?
Yeah, you should have. Hey,
where you been? So
should have been with us.
First process is getting your temporary visa. We're here under the pensionada visa. Cedric is a pension carrying member. Mm-hmm. He retired early from the FAA, and so we were able to relocate to Panama under the pensionada visa. He's the pension holder. I'm a dependent of him, being his spouse.
Oh, shucks.
So from there, from the temporary, we then received our permanent. So we got our temporary in February. We received our permanent in June. And then after getting our permanent, because that's it at that point, you should be and are eligible if you are a pensionada visa holder to get your E-Cédula. And you need to. You need to. Yeah. Why should you?
Well, why should you, Cass?
One, it connects you to the community. Two, it allows you discounts that you may feel you would like to have. I mean, for some people, some businesses will allow you, when you present your permanent and sometimes your temporary, when you say jubilado discount, they may or may not give it to you. They may or may not. No questions asked, they may or may not. We've said this over and over again. Every business does not have to give you the pensionada discount.
So y'all don't be fussing at the business. They say no, it's no.
Every business does not. We went over this before. I even did a post about it. A lot of what your local mom pop businesses are, a lot of just smaller businesses don't have to. You don't get it off of alcohol. It just depends.
And when she says she don't have to, it's because the law
dictates.
It dictates the guidelines.
Yeah.
So before you start arguing with somebody or us, go get the law and read it.
You don't have to.
I challenge you to read it.
So that's why. And then it also allows you discounts on house-connected utilities. A cell phone is not a house-connected utility, and internet is not a requirement for your home. It's not a requirement. So you're probably not going to get a discount off of those.
Landline phone.
Yes.
Electricity.
There you go.
That's it.
That's it. So even your rent, you're not going to get a jubilado discount, okay? Some have said that Abroadability has shared that if you are a disabled person, you can also stack the discount. If you have something from the U.S. that shows you're eligible to have the handicap sticker, whatever that allowed you to get that, there's a process here in Panama that you can basically get the same thing and get another discount.
And I
don't know about that. Cedric should be eligible to get that because he is a disabled vet. We just haven't pursued that yet. We just got our E-Cédula. We're good right now.
Yeah.
The next process is we probably will try to go ahead and get whatever that is for the disability, as well as we're getting our driver's licenses next. So you'll be able to hear what that process is. But as far as done in Panama, how did the E-Cédula go? So the first step was we met with CLP Associates.
Can I change that a little bit?
Yeah.
The first step was we had a team.
Yeah, we had a team.
So that team was
CLP Associates. So 3 weeks ago, as a matter of fact, August the 8th, because it was our daughter's 30th birthday, so I should know that number. August the 8th, we met with them at Edificio. It's down the street from.
I can't say that.
It's like you're almost on Avenue Balboa. I mean, I know, just like in
you
the
going
state.
to Albrook?
Yeah, you like going to Albrook, but you're on that street that's considered Avenue Balboa. And you've seen this building, and it's like 3 different parts. It says Edificio something something. It's not the same place you go to get your temporary or your permanent. They're very clear on that. So don't just get in your ride share and go take me to the immigration office, or you just assume you're going back to the 2 places.
I just mixed it up. You're right.
It's don't assume you're going back to the same place that you went your first 2 places. It's literally, it's like Avenue Balboa, but you continue down it. It turns into another street. I just can't think about the street because we're in the back seat of the ride share. That's what I'm saying. We're in the back seat, but that's the way you're kind of going. And it's these 3 buildings, and it's over there, and you go there. Believe me, if you put it in the right place, your ride share driver's gonna know where to take you. So when they pull in, you kind of go through a gate. Ain't no kind of. That's what you do. You go to like a guard shack, and they take you around to the back side where all the cars they drop you off at. They drop you off there, and then you can come in to like a underhang building, and you can wait there for your team to arrive, because you should have an attorney. So your attorney should be meeting you there for you to get your E-Cédula. So when we got there a little early, because Cedric and I are always about getting places early. There is a dress code, just like in all government buildings. You should not wear white. And somebody might sit there and go, well, what? Like white stripes, white with polka dots, white? We didn't have on white, period. We had on orange. Yeah. Y'all, we ain't gonna break it down. We don't know whether, if it's a white shirt and it has red stripes, does that count?
Y'all taking a picture with a white background. That's why they don't want you to disappear into the...
We didn't fight the system. We didn't care about what the white was. We just avoided white, okay? This dress that I have on, not allowed. No cleavage can be showing, no armpits.
Oh my goodness.
Okay? Can't have on something like this. Ladies, these earrings, this was a perfect example today. Too big, too ghastly. Can't do that. Studs in your ear, small earrings, or take them out. Hair must be off of your framing of your face. Today's hairstyle is fine, but when we went to go get the pictures, I had the boho braids, and I had to pull them back off of my face. You can't have anything framing or distorting seeing the complete structure of your face. Yeah. Glasses will be off for your picture, and no white. So that's pretty much, and obviously men, no hats and that kind of thing. So no hat, no scarf, no headband, no head anything. Okay, no big bow on top of your head, nothing. Y'all, come on, you can't have anything. So when we got in there, CLP associates escorted us in. We walked into the main area. We sat down. Our Spanish-speaking paralegal, Marcos Jimenez, went to the counter. We already had an appointment, and he told them, obviously, he was checking us in. So now we're watching the TV monitor for our magical number to show up. In the meantime, we're sitting there, and we're just talking, having conversation. Plenty of seating, plenty of space to sit. The day we went, nobody was having a stand, but it was also 7 o'clock in the morning, okay? 7 o'clock in the morning, no one was having a stand. Everybody had ample seating. You are going to see people that don't fit dress code. You're going to see people with shorts, and you're going to see people with holes in their jeans. That don't mean that should be you.
Wait, we saw the people outside. Yeah. We didn't see them inside.
You're going to have to, hey, ladies, have things past your knee. Do not do jeans with holes. Dress as if you're going to a job interview. That's the best thing to possibly say. That's best, and avoid white. So we got there. We probably sat there at best 10 minutes before Cedric's name appeared on the screen. Since he's the primary, he went to the first booth, and he had to show his passport and his permanent ID card. You must bring your passport. If your legal team forgets to tell you this, DemButlers are telling you this, you must bring your passport. They're checking to see your date of entry. They need to see when you entered here, okay? They're not going to issue you something your butt ain't supposed to be here, all right? There are questions that you need to know. They may ask you, is your name correct on the E-Cédula, the paperwork they're giving you? If it is spelled wrong, the hyphen is wrong, it's anything, don't be so anxious to say yes, and it's a piece of paper, and you're going to have to verify the spelling of your name as well as your parents' name. Your parents' name was pulled from the application that you originally submitted when you were first in your attorney's office. So it is going to be a matter of how they were able to dissect your penmanship. So you need to verify that everybody's names are correct. If there are any issues, speak to your legal team that's there. Speak to them and let them know. Don't just be so forward with calling and telling the agent, talk to your attorney first. Don't leave. Talk to your attorney first. Let them know whatever the issue is and what you're verifying, okay? They will discern with you what the next step needs to be as to what y'all need to do. What I mean, don't you think, oh, all this is wrong. Talk to your attorney first, okay? They're not gonna let y'all leave, and then you sit there and you sign. So if the information on the paperwork is correct, they have you sign by an X. You just sign your name as it appears on your passport. This is one of those times it doesn't have to be exactly as it appears on your passport. You're just signing that it's correct. That's what you're signing, that the paper they gave you, your name is correct, your birthday is correct, your parents' names are correct. That's what you're signing. So you don't have to sit there and keep signing over and over and over again. It's a sign and acknowledgement. You then go back, you go sit down. I was next to go with Cedric. I was behind him, and then we went to a second window. The second window is where our attorney team paid the price for the E-Cédula.
Yeah, right.
So that's not something we had to pay.
Right. Well, you already paid.
You paid them.
And now they're paying.
But if I had to guess, it appeared that it was cash only process.
Yep.
So for those of you that don't have a legal team, I don't know why you don't have a legal team, but whatever, it appeared that it was cash only because our paralegal took out cash and paid them. It's at that point that you've done the payment. So now we're going to the third window. All of these steps, you're going to a different section, but our wait time at best at any one section was 5 to 10 minutes. And we're just going from the first window, you go sit down. I don't think we even sat down at the next one. We didn't even sit down, we just waited, because by the time we got over in that area, your name was already on the monitor, and he went straight up to the cash booth. At the cash booth, our paralegal paid. By the time he was done doing that part, they were already calling Cedric for his picture at the third stop. So now we're at the third window, and this is when you are next to the white background. This is when you will do the fingerprint scan again. You're gonna have your fingerprint scanned again. You're gonna take your photo. He's going to show it to you on his, at least our gentleman did. He showed it to us on the monitor, make sure we agreed, like, okay, you like that. Like, you ain't looking crazy or nothing, or you looking off. Yes, he showed it to us, you know. Do you agree? We said yes. And then he stapled the receipt and a confirmation number and told us on the paper that we signed when our E-Cédula card would be ready. Right. So that was August the 8th. And then we had to return back August the 18th. When you come back on your pickup date, you do not have to come back for an appointment, okay? So in leaving out of in the office, our attorney showed us where the pickup window is. You literally have to walk past the pickup window as you're getting out of the building anyway. Yeah. And he pointed it to us. When you and Cedric come back, you will come back to this window to pick up your E-Cédula, okay? So then we left, and we waited until...
It's not a pickup window.
I'm not done.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, you said pickup window, and yeah, okay. Go ahead.
All right. So then we left, we were done, and we had on our calendar August 18th. Yeah, August 18th, go pick up our items. So you don't have to be there at 7 a.m., 7:30. It's, you're going to go back to that same building. You're going to go back, you're going to maze your way back through the main portion of the building again. So almost the same waiting room that you went through to do those first 3 windows, you're just navigating past that. You don't have to go in there and sit at those windows no more. It's just the only way to get to the card area is to navigate back through there. So you're going to go back through security. You're going to go through the maze and come, ironically, back around to the exit where you can almost see everybody coming in to the building. But in the glass, you can see it. It's just there is no entry there. In case you're going, why can't you just walk in there? There's no entry at that door. Nope. You can walk out that door, but there's no entry at that door. Okay? We're all with each other? Pick up, we still dressed accordingly. We still didn't do white. We still didn't do shorts. We still didn't do holy jeans. We didn't know what we were going to have to sit and we were going to have to do a sworn statement. We didn't know. So it was like, we're going to still dress right.
Safe than sorry.
Safe than sorry. We got there. We had the confirmation sheet that our attorney had gave us. We personally took our passports with us. Come to find out, we didn't need it. We didn't want to get there. And then they go, passport. And you're like, oh, I left that at the house.
The confirmation sheet is what they gave us, not the attorney. It was what
the immigration office themselves. It's a 3-part sheet. It had a confirmation, it had the paid receipt, and then it had like something in Spanish and something else in Spanish, like telling you what you couldn't wear and this kind of stuff.
That's what it was?
That's what it was telling you. It was telling you your framing and your pay. So you handed that. There was no line. We walked right up. It was like 9 o'clock in the morning. Yep. We walked right up to the window.
No problem.
They opened at 7 a.m. per our attorney. They opened at 7 a.m., but we got there at 9. There was no reason to get there early because you're just literally picking up something.
Up your card.
I handed the gentleman the paper. He looked through. He has like a Rolodex of cards of E-Cédulas to pick up, and he looked at the paper. He looked at me. I had to do an index finger scan.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
This is why I'm remembering. You had to do an index finger scan. He obviously looked at something on his monitor that I guess it said ding, ding, ding. That's Cassandra. No, I'm just being real because I couldn't see what he was looking at. But I had to do an index finger scan. He looked at his monitor. Once that connected, he then handed me my E-Cédula. Cedric was next. Same thing. Took the paper, index finger scan, ding, ding, ding. That's Cedric, and gave him his E-Cédula. We stood there and we were like, is that it? He said, en fin, no más. Bye. We're like, okay. And we walked out.
And then I had that big smile because I'm a permanent resident there.
And then we went to IHOP and had breakfast and got $10 off our meal because we had a jubilado discount. Literally. So our first meal that we celebrated at and also received our official jubilado discount without any questions asked and putting down our E-Cédula was IHOP.
It feels
So
good.
you don't even have to say jubilado discount. Literally, you do. I mean, you need to get used to saying jubilado descuente and present your E-Cédula, and then they will let you know whether they do or don't take it. But it really is just a process that goes right there. So that was how we were able to get the E-Cédula and how it worked and how we have found use for it. I've been asked, so as you leave Panama and you return back to Panama, Cass, do you show the E-Cédula to get through customs and immigrations, or what do you do? Once you have your temporary, when you return back to Panama from any country, you can go through the resident line with your whatever country you're from passport, whatever that country is, and whatever visa photo you now have. So along the way, once you return back the first time, if you only have your temporary, go to the resident line, present your temporary ID with whatever your home country passport is. They're still going to stamp and send you through. When you come back through again and you got your permanent, same thing. Permanent Panamanian visa and your whatever your home country passport is. And now that we have our E-Cédula, you can basically put well, first off, as Cedric has always pointed out, you don't even have your temporary no more. You have your permanent.
Right.
Your permanent visa can be placed up. It's nothing that you need to carry.
Put it in the safe.
Put it in the safe. You only need to carry your E-Cédula, as well as if you are going through, we've shared this before, if you're ever traveling or you're going through places that cross borders or they're close to borders, you do need to carry your passport at that point because you could cross an immigration checkpoint. That's why you need to have your passport, okay? But other than that, your daily living every day, you only need your E-Cédula. That's all you need. When you go back to said originating country that your passport is with, those visas and those temporaries and those E-Cédulas, they mean nothing in entering your return country that your passport is from.
Yeah. So when you leave Panama, put that stuff up.
It means nothing. Matter of fact, I'm not being funny. It could present you
with some problems. In the US.
All you need, if you're returning back to the U.S., is showing your U.S. passport.
That's right.
They don't need to see nothing with no E-Cédula, nothing with no, they don't need to see nothing. Put it up.
Yep.
Like, don't even let it fall out. Like, put it up. You only need your passport to come back into the country.
That's right.
So going back to your passport originating country, that's what I mean by that. E-Cédulas and visas mean nothing in you returning to your passport country. Okay? I hope that helps clarify some of that question for people.
Hey, we out of Panama, it don't count. We back in Panama, that's when it counts.
That's when it counts. And it speeds up the process astronomically.
Oh, you go right through.
You all have seen the lines of when you're coming into Panama as a visitor. Just like when you're coming into the U.S. as a visitor, as a tourist. Everybody see how long that line is based on the tourist, based on the resident line, so, or the citizen line. Just, it's the same thing. You're going to navigate right on through and be through here.
Yep.
Also, if minors are traveling with you, for instance, when our grandchildren came with us, they don't have to go through the tourist line. They're a minor. They don't have an E-Cédula. They don't have a Panamanian visa. They were with us. Now, if another adult who is not a dependent, say, you know, my sister was traveling with me, she got to go through the tourist line. Okay, it's not a capture of all. Everybody that's with you can come in the country under that. If it's just you two that have an E-Cédula or you two that have a temporary visa, that's all that can come through that line. Everybody else got to go through that other line, and you'll see them on the other side of customs and immigration. Okay? It's not a catch-all for everybody.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Until next time. What's up?
You didn't have a question?
I think I do have a question.
Because she was about to throw me a call about this, and she was like, I have a question.
You have a question? You have a question? For those of you that are not planning on getting your E-Cédula and you're eligible for your E-Cédula, meaning you are a pensionata carrying visa holder, why are you not wanting to gain your E-Cédula and it is a step that is allowed to you? I realize Friendly Nations visa is not the same. It is not something. I'm talking pensionata visa holders. You are allowed, it's allocated your E-Cédula. Is there a particular reason? Were you not informed about it? Did you not realize the perks and advantages of it? Just wanted to pick your brain as to, is that something that you just did not include? Because it is a step that your attorney was going to itemize another line in charging you for. So for some, it could be as limited as I didn't want to pay for having an E-Cédula because I didn't feel that I needed it. And that's your answer. Yeah. That's your answer. Yes. But that's what I'm asking. Gotcha. Is there a reason why you did not want to use your E-Cédula? And then for those of you that have been afforded your E-Cédula, what kind of value have you found in regards to having your E-Cédula? Share with us some gems that you done found that, girl, I didn't know it counted off this for that. Just want to know. What kind of savings have you found in benefit of having your E-Cédula? For those of you, the perks of being a member of the E-Cédula group. So until next time, like, share, follow, comment, subscribe. With that, we're out.
Live long and prosper.